in advance and pause it. That's the challenge actually. I need to start only after I see all the participants and the session is going exactly to be started. But I will explore maybe some ways there, I don't know. But so far I could not find. So we are in this chapter, Art and Science of Effective Goal Setting. Yesterday we have completed up to, we understood what is a goal and what is not a goal. We will discuss a little more about it. And we also discussed the 5 principles to achieve successful outcome. These 5 principles are applicable in any situation, any scenario, and applicable for any goals to achieve. Precisely, let me revise it so that it will be helpful for others who could not participate yesterday. First point is know your outcome precisely. Knowing your outcome precisely, that means the clarity that we have for the goals that we are achieving or pursuing, that is very important, and that gives us a very clear cut path how we want to proceed in our day-to-day life. Means we can break the task and daily routine, we can fit those tasks in our daily routine, and then we can proceed realistically, practically. Otherwise it is all theory. So knowing our outcome precisely is very important. Second principle is do something about it. That means if we are just planning but not taking the action, then it is equal to or it is worse than the any situation, I would say, because that will be kind of, that will sit on our head like a burden. Okay, I have to achieve this, I want to achieve this, but I'm not doing anything, I'm just in the analysis paralysis mode. That inaction guarantees here, if your author is saying guarantees no progress, I would say a digress, or the downward fall will happen. Whenever we are not taking action, we are not going upward. We are not only going upward, but not only not going upward, but also going downward. We are slipping downward. Third principle that we discussed was observe the results of your action. There is a possibility that whatever action that we are taking might not be perfect and might need a plan B also. So whenever we will be able to mindfully observe how we are progressing, that's when we will be able to what do you say? That's when we will be able to observe the possibility of a plan B, or what kind of a plan B possible, or kind of open for us, and whether it is really required or continuing in the same phase or same line is enough. This is the vital step. Observe the results of your action, daily actions towards the goal. And the fourth one is be flexible in your approach. This is called behavioral flexibility. This is very, very important. Now in third step, we understood the plans, the alternative plans, and if we really need to take a move, take a diversion. But if we are not flexible enough, then we will not be able to choose the plan B and act on that. So that behavioral flexibility is very, very important. And as we know that once we are habituated with any pattern, the subconscious mind is very much comfortable doing the same thing. So if we want to have that behavioral flexibility, then we really need to work on the subconscious mind. It is easy to say, but difficult to do. That flexibility is, I have seen, is very rare trait. In most of the people, it is very difficult to get, and that's where the people who are doing the same thing, they want to do the same thing, continue doing same thing in the same comfort zone. So we need to be flexible in our approach and kind of adapt the growth trajectory. Then the fifth point was about work from psychology and physiological excellence. Excellence of psychology and physiology. So nothing but mind and body. So this we can achieve by doing the priming. There are many, the author has kind of discussed what is the meaning of excellence to achieve in terms of our psychology and physiology. But how to do that is by priming. And we will probably discuss more about this priming tomorrow in tomorrow's special session. On Saturday, I will, as I have already promised in the last session, that I'll be extending this Saturday's inner circle invite also to our reading group. So all are welcome to join the inner circle, and there we will discuss how we can prime our mind so that we can achieve and we can achieve the excellence in our psychology, excellence of mind and body, I would say, physiology and psychology. And then from that state of being, when we work, then very easily we can achieve what we want to achieve. Now the author is discussing further about what is a goal and how it is different from a state. So author is saying goal is a tangible goal or outcome when an outcome is quantifiable. Quantifiable means we can actually convert that to a SMART goal: specific, measurable, attainable or achievable, realistic, and T for time bound. If these qualities or the traits are there, then only the goal can be termed as a SMART goal or a kind of goal itself. At least the specific and measurable part is very, very important. If these two parts are not there, the other parts we can actually for now kind of ignore, because the time bound thing automatically will come when we move forward. But at least it should be very specific and very much measurable. That means by end of every task that we are doing towards the action, towards the goal, we should able to measure whether we have progressed a little in towards that goal, or we are going away from the target that we have set. That measurement should be there. And what is a state? A state often lacks specificity and inherently vague. Specific, we cannot actually categorize or term what is the specifics in it. It can also be termed as a desire to reduce weight is difficult to quantify and measure objectively. So this is one of the example, a desire to reduce weight. The desire is there, but it cannot be termed as a goal. Any other example anyone wants to give? Example of a state?
Yes, Vikashi, many times we have many desires that go on in our mind that I want to do this, I want to do that, but actually they don't take shape because they are in mind only. What I am getting is that okay? Is
Yes.
this right? Yeah.
Yeah. So those are desires. Now, those are actually a good candidate if we properly think on them and convert them to a goal. So people think that okay, state is not a very good thing to have, and we should always focus on the goal. But I have a little different approach, wherein actually I say that if you don't have state to achieve or to pursue, you might not actually convert that to a goal. So desires are really important. And when you, because we generally do not think in terms of goal, we think or think in terms of desires. I have a desire to have that kind of home. Now the specificity and the time boundness and all this measurable part and how to achieve all those things, we can convert into a goal. When we measure and we can convert that to a goal, but the starting point is always a state that I have the desire. I want to remain peaceful. I want to lead my life peacefully, happily, or I want to lead my, I want to have a very happy relationship or loving relationship. So those are not goals, but those are states which is really required, because when I have those things in my kitty, in my bucket, I will think how to convert them to some goals and then find out the steps to achieve it. So this is how actually states are. So going forward, actually, you can experience any state or emotion you choose right now. You do not need to wait for external validation or completion of certain tasks to experience them. You can cultivate. You can cultivate the feelings of joy, peace, or gratitude right now, regardless of your circumstances. And a state is something you achieve the same way you achieve a goal. Okay, a state is not, sorry, not I forgot to mention. A state is not something you achieve the same way you achieve a goal. It can arise effortlessly and spontaneously from within without the need for any specific steps. This is one way of saying. I would say another way of saying is like a state is a state is a step or kind of a stage of our life which we want to achieve, and how we achieve is that by the means of goals. So without conscious effort, definitely even the state also cannot be persistent. Like if I want to be happy, I can simply use some of the NLP technique and remain happy, become happy, or become peaceful. But that is not going to persist. If I specifically create some goal on what all I need to do on a daily basis so that my state can be consistent, can remain persistent, then that I believe that is a very good way of achieving or pursuing a state. This is about goal and state. Today we discussed. Tomorrow we will be discussing the second part, is the outcome stated as away from or towards. So the forum is now open to all of you. Please share your takeaway from today's session, and if you want to contribute or share anything extra also.
Thank you, Bikaji, for today's this sessions actually, and yeah, you put really nicely. Actually, I was at the beginning comparing both the columns, goal versus state, but you added the twist there. That is really actually, it is not a comparison. It is a really a desirable state. Without that state, without having the thought of achieving something or with the right desire, there is no goal, and that state has to be there, isn't it, to go and then convert that into the goal to step actions, etc. But the desire state has to be there. That is the starting point. So yeah, initially I was actually comparing both the goals and this thing, and as she said, yes, the goals, I always share this simple story. I ask the small children about this thing, like, there are five monkeys on the branch, and one monkey decided to jump. Then how many monkeys are on the branch? I asked that question to small children, and this is my favorite line with my wife. That monkey decide to jump. That means it does not jump. So this is the goal. Without any actions, there is nothing happens. So yeah, nice inputs today between goal and state. So yeah, monkey decide to jump doesn't mean that he jumps. So need to take action to set those goals and achieve those goals. Otherwise, it will remain in a state. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Awesome.
very nice example. Thank you for sharing, Milanji, and yeah, this is also very important. And yeah, regarding goals and state, so far actually most of the time we have heard that okay, just don't focus more on the state, only focus on the goals and all. But I have a little different approach, and that's what actually I said. Because we don't, as a human being, we don't always get motivated in terms of goals. Those are very technical things which requires little more effort to curate and to pursue. But state is the something which we always desire. If you ask anyone, what is your goal of life or what is your motto of life, how do you want to live, then they will say, I want to live a peaceful life.
Yeah.
Obviously, it
Yeah.
will end up in a state most of the time. So they are part and parcel of our life. So let's not ignore them and see how we can create some goals so that those states can be achieved and can be persistent. So, great. And thank you. And Sumanji, you want to add anything?
No, Bikashi, yeah, it's fine. Milinji, whenever he shares the stories, they are very profound.
Yeah, right.
Thanks for that. That's why we need like this platform. That was I was saying because because there is I think you may read this type of books or there is another thought to this one that
Hmm.
is uh, the life without goal. Okay, this is another cut to this particular thinking. That is, yes, there are some of the things in our life which you can achieve without setting any goals. So
Yes.
what will definitely after completion of this book also will pick up that thinking as well, that some of the things are actually there is no goal as such required. For example, just quick example like meditation, you do not have to set any goal for that. You have to do it. You need to sit for the meditation and results will come. So
Yeah.
we need to address those as well. So for example, if I want to run marathon, then yes, goal setting. If I want to get the appraisal in my office, then yes, goal setting, steps, daily planning. If I want to reduce the weight, this comes into this chapter. Okay, but there are many aspects in our life which definitely not achieved through the only goal setting, but we will
Hmm.
address those in different addressing. There are books on that one. I really
Yeah,
like to discuss among ourselves, how you think in that way. uh, you know yeah, yeah,
definitely. We will definitely take up those books also. And
yeah,
as it is like even Sadhguru also says, I hear him saying that don't chase for the goals, but chase or look for a process. Your kind of day-to-day activities. The process is more important than a goal, because goal once achieved, you don't have anything to pursue. But a process is a process that continues for with you for lifelong. Just
yeah,
one example is like the tracker, the daily tracker that we have is a
yeah,
process of a few activities which is a lifelong achievement, lifelong
yeah,
process. But we don't have a exact goal attached to them.
correct.
But definitely they are taking us towards a better state.
Exactly. And exactly you said that in your engineering book from Sadhguru, actually the very first statement is what you just now said. It is a process, not the goal setting part. So my suggestion definitely we'll break up those books as well. Then it is a complete 360. Considering everything as a goal and everything chasing. There is a restful, mindful, and meditation time is also required in your life. That is the word, but we'll select those books as well and discuss. It is always to see 360, all the aspect. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, yeah,
Even the awareness itself is important. Like now, today I got to know that the difference between goal and the state,
yeah,
knowing
yeah,
in itself can bring the change, what I feel.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that is the benefits of joining this reading group or discussing, because what I have seen outside, like people just go in one direction. And they take this normal the bunch of vocabulary words like law of attraction, this and that, and positive thinking, this and that, but it is just in one direction. But if you ask that person any other question apart from that, this thing, then there is null void. So that is what we need to do here. And definitely that is what we are doing, that we are discussing, trying to understanding the whole aspect of one particular topic or subject. And that is what exactly the word comes here, as you may just mention, it is awareness. How you build our awareness, that is the key. That comes with all the answer. That awareness brings all the answer. That's why I love this reading session. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
very true, very true.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
true. Thank you both for joining, and thank you
you.
all who are watching this recording.
Yeah.
And we'll meet again on Monday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not Monday, tomorrow actually. Tomorrow also we are meeting. Thank you all. Have a
Tomorrow
good
Thank you,
afternoon, right?
Bikash ji.
Afternoon session, right?
after 3:30,
Okay,
3
okay. Yeah.
p.m.
See you
tomorrow.
tomorrow then. Enjoy your
Thanks.
day. Nice day. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.